What are maybe 2 or 3 words that you would use to describe yourself that we might not see on a CV or a resume or your LinkedIn page, but they've been core to who you are and how you've arrived here? Also, when did you start to own them as true about yourself?
I feel like anybody that knows me knows I'm incredibly authentic, but I don't think that shows up on a resume. I think that's something that you have to earn over time. I think it's your second part of your question that made me answer it that way, because I think it was really hard to be authentic at lots of early parts in my career because I felt like I was supposed to be a certain way. Authentic is for sure the first word I would use. I really like to own that I'm also pretty fun and funny. I try to bring humor into my management style, my leadership. And that's also like kind of the other flip side of that authenticity. I didn't know that that was okay for a while too. So when you say like, when did I know that it was okay to bring that? I actually almost have like an exact memory of it. I worked at the Rehabilitation Institute of Chicago, which has been renamed the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, was next door to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where I also worked. I worked at Northwestern. It wasn't there long, although it was really impactful in lots of ways. But I was really, really not the right culture fit in there. If you have me on here, you know, like I have a very entrepreneurial background. That's most of my career. So back in the 90s when I was at Northwestern Hospital, they had a requirement that when you did a PowerPoint presentation that the font size be of a certain height. And I thought that was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever heard. Like the entrepreneurial kind of like rule breaker part of me was like, are you joking? Like we have to like worry about the freaking font size, right? I just remember thinking like, again, like I was supposed to be a certain way. I was supposed to be a little bit more polished, a little bit more proper. It was a time when we dressed a certain way, right? Like all of the things. When I left Northwestern, I remember consciously telling myself like I was going to try at my new place at the Rehab Institute to be a little bit more authentic. And I remember being in a meeting with some senior leaders, and I don't know that this is actually all that funny, but I said, I feel like it's like the United States and Canada here. Like you guys worry all the time about what Northwestern Hospital is doing. I was like, and Northwestern Hospital just thinks you're Canada. Like they don't care what you're doing. So it was like kind of bringing that to the table. I mean, I got good reaction and people understood it. And I was like, wow, like you can say these things and it's actually okay. So I wouldn't say I've been perfect about my authenticity all the time after that, but that was a moment. I got that positive reinforcement that I could be myself and it would still be actually okay.